Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Truth Speaker Tarot. If this is your first time here tuning in with me, make sure you hit that subscribe button, alright? So we're going to get into another Learning with Truth Speaker segment, guys. If you missed the last two segments, you might want to go back and catch those. I will group them together so that you can catch the first two videos, alright? In the first video, we actually covered basic astronomy, which we went into like the solar system, revisiting fourth grade again, fifth grade, whatever age that was. We learned the planets in the solar system, guys, how they are arranged closest to the sun. We also took it a step further and we went into learning the planetary meanings and discovering whether those are masculine or feminine. Okay, now these videos are going to be for those of you who are new to astrology and are just getting into astrology or learning yourself or on a journey of self-discovery, and you decided that astrology is a tool for you and you feel like it will help you. Okay, so this is very beginner friendly, guys. All right, I'm not showing my face in this video because I'm going to try to make it visual. Okay, so I'm going to have some pictures and stuff that you're going to be seeing, and we're just going to get through it like that. So in the first video we cover the basic astronomy. All right, so the second video we covered the astrological signs, meaning the zodiac signs, okay, and the basic meanings of those zodiac signs. We also connected them with the planetary rulers, what element they represent, and whether they were masculine or feminine. Okay, this is going to be information that's good for those of you, like I say, who want to begin in astrology. Also for those of you who are thinking about getting into reading tarot. Okay, you definitely want to know basic astronomy, and you need to know the basic information when it comes down to the zodiac signs and their planetary rulers and connections. All right, so assuming that you already watched the first two videos, let's take a look at the image in front of us. Okay, so what we have in front of us is a natal chart or a birth chart. Okay, now again, guys, this is a sample, so all of the planets and zodiac signs and houses are matching up, and we're going to get into explaining that. Okay, so what we're looking at is similar to a pie. Look at it as a pie. All right, it's a complete 360-degree circle. It has 3 layers to it. At the innermost layer you can see numbers 1 through 12. So the pie is divided into 12 different pieces. Okay, so on the innermost layer we have our numbers 1 through 12, which are called houses. Okay, and as you can see, the entire pie itself is divided into 12 different pieces. Okay, so look at it as 12 different pieces to a puzzle. All right, but everything is connected. On the second layer, you will see planets. So you can see Mars, Venus, Mercury, the moon, sun, and so on and so forth on the second layer. Now on the third most outer layer is where you find the zodiac signs. So you see Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, so on and so forth. Okay, so the birth chart is divided into 12 different pieces. Those 12 different pieces are called houses. Okay, so houses in the birth chart represents areas where things are unfolding in our lives. Okay, on the second layer we have planets. Planets in your birth chart represent what's influencing you. Okay, on the third most outer layer, where you see the zodiac signs, that area represents the action to take. Okay, now we're using this to better help us to evolve. Okay, so we're not looking at it in a traditional this is your personality type, this is how you think, move, and act. We're not using it in that way. We're using it so that we can transcend those difficult areas. Okay, and so we'll learn more about that as we go along. And so I'm saying that just to say that the way I'm explaining it is for a purpose. Okay, so it's not for like the traditional purpose for you to learn your personality traits, but we're going to be using these placements, certain placements in the birth chart, to help us to elevate or transcend certain areas of difficulty. Okay, so in video 2, as I urged you all to go and look at before looking at this video, we went over the zodiac signs, how they are numbered. Okay, and everything is in order, guys. Okay, so everything with reading your birth chart is mainly going to be symbolism and numbers. Okay, knowing what zodiac sign corresponds with what number. Okay, so the birth chart or natal chart that you see in front of you now is very much so natural. So as we covered in the second video, the first zodiac sign is Aries. Okay, so Aries is represented by the number 1. So if you look at the picture in front of you, you see Aries, and it is in house number 1. Okay, also when you look at the second layer, you can see that it's connected to the planet Mars, because also in video 2 we covered that Mars is the planetary ruler of Aries. So as you go around the birth chart, you will see this match up for each zodiac sign, house, and planet. Okay, so for instance, next, number 2 of the zodiac is Taurus. Okay, you can see that its planetary ruler is Venus, and it also rules the second house. Okay, so the same way we have our zodiac signs, we also do have each zodiac sign rules a certain house. So since Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, it also rules the first house in the birth chart. Okay, same for Taurus. So since Taurus is the second zodiac sign, it also rules the second house in the birth chart or natal chart. Okay, and so on and so forth for each zodiac sign. So in your natal chart or birth chart, the houses are stationary. Okay, so the houses do not rotate or move, but you will notice that the planets and also the signs do rotate and move. Okay, and we're going to see that as we go further along in our lessons, guys. Okay, so getting back to the houses, to go over everything, guys, let's start back with house number 1, where you see number 1 at. Okay, so that means that Aries, since it's the first zodiac sign, it is the ruler of the first house. Okay, and we know that Aries' planetary ruler is Mars. So that means that the first house will represent the same things that Aries represents. Okay, individualism, taking action. Okay, moving on to house number 2, we will know that the house number 2 represents those same things that Taurus represents. So that will be your house of values. Okay, your house of money, those kinds of things. Okay, a lot of what we covered in video 2, I recommend that you go back and watch that, because it's much more detail. Okay, but we're just going over the basics of what the houses mean. They all correspond to a sign based on that number. Okay, so really go back and look at video 2. So house number 3, which will be known as the house of Gemini. Okay, which Gemini's planetary ruler is Mercury. So that would be your house of communication, your house of travel. Okay, Gemini also does represent siblings, so that would be the house that it represents in your birth chart. Okay, house number 4, Cancer rules house number 4. Okay, which is the moon. All right, the moon energy, and that represents your roots. Okay, your family, those kind of things. House number 5, yes, it is ruled by Leo. Okay, so that would be a house of creativity. Leo is ruled by the sun. All right, so that would be about that would tell you about your star quality, creativity, children, those kind of things. All right, depending on how you're reading your birth chart. Okay, house number 6, which is Virgo. Okay, so that represents your work, your house of service. It can also be a very your house of spirituality. Okay, 7, okay, that is the house of Libra. It's ruled by Libra. The planetary ruler there is Venus, and 7 will represent your house of marriage or partnership. Okay, that's what Libra represents. All right, on a basic level, it's so much more we can get out of it, but we're just going along. Okay, so house number 8 is represented by Scorpio, which is ruled, its planetary ruler is Pluto, also associated with Mars. Okay, but that is going to be your house of transformation. Okay, your house of share assets, those kind of things. All right, video 2 really covers this. Your ninth house is ruled by Sagittarius. Okay, planetary ruler is Jupiter. So the ninth house has a lot to do with expansions, and it's also connected to blessings and luck. All right, and so next we have the 10th house, which is ruled by Capricorn. All right, planetary ruler for Capricorn is Saturn, and that is going to be known as your career sector. Okay, so your public appearance. Okay, career sector, how you want to be seen by the world. It's associated with things like that. All right, going to the 11th house, which is ruled by Aquarius. All right, and we are in the age of Aquarius right now. Its planetary ruler is Uranus. All right, and that is connected to friendships. Okay, and humanitarian efforts, those kinds of things. The 12th house, last sign of the zodiac, is Pisces, and that its planetary ruler is Neptune. All right, and that is connected to your dreams, the spiritual realm, spirituality, but it's also connected to delusions. Okay, so that's the way you can begin to look at the birth chart when you're first wanting to learn how to interpret it. Okay, it's understanding the houses, understanding that the houses correspond to a zodiac sign. Each zodiac sign rules a house. Okay, and so understanding those basic elements, components of reading a birth chart will better help you to understand once you get to a level where you want to begin to use these things to help yourself transcend and elevate yourself to the next level. All right, also get to know yourself, guys. It's so much that you can do with astrology. Okay, but the main thing is just learning the basics. Okay, so I am going to add some pictures of some of the glyphs for you all to get familiar with, because that's one of the main things you're going to need to know. Okay, because the birth chart is not words, it's symbols. Okay, and once you master the symbols, it becomes easier for you to be able to interpret, read your birth chart, and actually use it to your advantage. All right, so guys, I hope I made this simple. I hope I didn't make it too boring. This is my first time doing like a video where I was showing my face, because I wanted to make it kind of visual for you all. So if you felt like this video helped you, give it a thumbs up, y'all. Make sure y'all follow the page, and until next time, I hope everybody enjoy their night. Happy 2023 to everybody. Happy New Year.